for us today. Thank you so much. Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Arlene Allison, and I am the chairperson for the Ada Area Chamber of Commerce Royalty Court. I would like to extend a huge thank you to Mike and Marie Gossman for decorating the beautiful float again this year, and to the Gossmans for escorting our 2022 Harvest and Herb Royalty contestants in today's parade. We would like to thank many area businesses for their very generous donations to this year's Royalty Court. Tavern 101, Twirl, Sunseekers Tanning Salon, El Campo, Sarah Bryan with Luella May, Artistic Creations, Wilson Sporting Goods, Community Market, Jalapenos, Hanson Neely Allison Funeral Home and Cremation Services, Padrones, Madison Preston with Hands on Healing Massage, Tara Erickson with Simply Suds, Liberty National Bank, Crest Credit Union, Carol Slane Florist, Ohio Northern University Office of the President, Unlimited Nutrition, Lucas Rao with Heartstock Realty, Bob Zutch with Raymond James Financial, several anonymous donors, and the Ada Area Chamber of Commerce. Our contestants are judged on 3 written essays and personal interviews. We will be awarding an additional honor for the best essay, receiving an additional monetary gift sponsored by an anonymous supporter of our royalty contestants. Winning this essay portion does not necessarily give you a huge hint of who might be receiving the crown due to how we break down points. But it is another way that we are able to recognize and honor the ladies' hard work. This year, each of our contestants will share one of their essays with you. Also this year, in addition to their area donation winnings, we're very excited to announce that a generous donor is awarding each contestant with a monetary scholarship. These awards will be awarded by Ada Chamber Director Lindsay Walden during the crowning ceremony. I'd also like to thank this year's judges, Mrs. Elin Noble, Mrs. Rachel Ludwig, Mrs. Jono Hanratty, and Mr. David Delafield. Our 2021 Harvest and Herb Queen, Miss Elena Roberts, daughter of Amanda Roberts and Brenda Welch, could not join us today for the crowning as she is proudly representing her hometown of Ada in the Ohio University Marching Band in Athens, Ohio. Elena is a freshman at OU, majoring in psychology with minors in sociology and Spanish. Yeah, you can applaud Miss Elena, she's worth it. Assisting me today, though, with the court, I am thrilled to thank our 2018 Queen, Miss Annabelle Alexander. Annabelle is currently a senior science education major at Bowling Green State University, and Annabelle is the daughter of Rob and Shelleigh Alexander. Now to introduce to you the 2022 Harvest and Herb Royalty Court. First, we have senior Courtney Sumner, daughter of Jason and Jennifer Sumner. Courtney could not be here at the actual crown ceremony today as she is proudly representing the Ada High School volleyball team at a tri-match competition at Corey. Courtney recently broke the school record, I believe, for most digs in a game, and then turned around and re-broke her own record that very next week. So I'm sure she is leading the Bulldogs very strong again today. Next and present with us, I'd like to introduce senior Kaitlyn Bowden. She is daughter of Christine and Dan Bowden. Kaitlyn, will you please come forward and share the essay that you selected?
Hi, I'm Kaitlyn Bowden, and I'm going to tell you my essay. Many people, when asked, don't know of 3 words that fully describe their personality, and the reason they are who they are today. I wouldn't say that these 3 words fully describe who I am, however, they do provide some reasons to why I am who I am today. Those 3 words are passionate, confident, and hardworking. When I'm passionate about something, I make it my goal to do the best I can in whatever aspect it is. For example, I'm very passionate about baking. I love baking so much to the point where I make maybe 2 things a week every week. I love the looks on people's faces when they try them and the beautiful words they say when they explain how good my baked goods were. With baking, I make it my goal to do the best I can. I'm so very passionate about baking that I make it a priority in my everyday life. That also goes with things like school, friendships, and relationships. If I'm passionate about it, then it is 100% going to be a priority of mine.
Thank you, Kaitlyn. Poor thing, I printed off her essay for her and I forgot the last paragraph. So she did awesome. She rolled with me today and I appreciate that. Now it's my pleasure to introduce senior Amelia Alexander. daughter of Robert and Shelleigh Alexander. Amelia, will you please share your essay?
Hello. So I chose the first prompt, which asked me what organization would I like to join or represent. If I were able to be a part of a special cause or organization, I would choose UNICEF, which stands for United Nations Children's Emergency Fund, which is a humanitarian organization aimed specifically to help children. UNICEF aids children all over the world. UNICEF helps educate underprivileged children, feeds children who are food insecure, provides support for children refugees, and provides medical needs to children who do not have access to any kind of health care. I wish to live in a world where children can learn and grow without being stunted by violence, famine, sickness, and poverty. Children are unable to support and provide for themselves financially. This is why I believe that UNICEF would be the most helpful organization to join. I keep up with UNICEF via social media, and one of their recent statements has really made an impression on me. The post claimed that right now, quote, 2/3 of 10-year-olds can't read and understand a simple text, end quote. UNICEF aims to solve that problem by spreading awareness about this issue and funding schools in the affected areas. UNICEF also provides materials for these schools. Additionally, UNICEF advocates for change to governmental leaders' policies that allow an education crisis like this to happen. Devastatingly, 3 million children under the age of 5 die annually due to malnutrition. UNICEF helps children have access to nutritious food and clean water. UNICEF provides education about healthy eating, and they combat malnutrition by raising money to deliver clean water and healthy food to the affected areas. In many places that UNICEF offers relief to, the children are suffering from life-threatening malnutrition. UNICEF produces ready-to-use therapeutic food. In fact, UNICEF procures 75 to 80% of this kind of life-saving food. UNICEF often shares intimate perspectives from refugees in their informational articles to help the world have a better understanding of what is happening in other countries and allow these refugees to share their story. In the past year, over 26 million children have been displaced due to worldwide violence. Fortunately, UNICEF takes action to support these refugees by providing them with basic health care and human needs. And due to COVID-19, humanitarian aid for disease has been extremely high. UNICEF has taken the initiative to provide supplies like vaccines, tests, treatments, and other humanitarian aid. UNICEF has a broad reach, implementing their COVID-19 relief programs in 125 countries. Coronavirus has been devastating to almost every community, but impoverished communities without access to basic health care are affected with a much higher mortality rate. That is why it is imperative for these communities to have access to the aid and support of organizations like UNICEF. UNICEF is a reputable organization that aligns with many of my core values. In fact, according to Charity Navigator, UNICEF is giving a rating of 89 out of 100. This indicates that UNICEF is responsible with their donated funds and a trustworthy, worthwhile organization to fund. This is one of the many reasons that UNICEF inspires me. I hope to be an advocate for people who are underprivileged and unable to advocate for themselves. I write articles for the Ada Icon in the hopes of educating my community about things that are happening in the world. In the past, I have written articles about humanitarian crises like the famine in Yemen and the treatment of Uyghur Muslims in China. I could see myself in the future being a journalist for an organization like UNICEF, and that is why I would choose to be a part of UNICEF.
Thank you so much, ladies. Many years ago, I had the difficult job of being a Harvest and Herb Queen judge, and every year I am reminded that it is much easier to organize this part of this beautiful day than to actually judge these ladies, as you just got a glimpse of hearing one of their essay submissions. I have known each of these ladies for some time throughout their schooling at Ada, and although I do not judge, I am privileged to read their essays and facilitate the interviews. I'm just in awe of the maturity in which these ladies carry themselves and the eloquent manner in which they represent, again, as you just saw. For some of these ladies, this process was a bit out of their comfort zone, and for that, I am most proud of their faith, strength, and determination. You are talented, intelligent young ladies. Your parents and families should be very proud, and you personally, moms and dads, I want to thank you for supporting these young ladies. So would you help me with a round of applause for these families? And Kaitlyn and Miss Amelia, if you guys want. You guys need to be front and center. So the Village of Ada is very honored and grateful to have youth such as yourselves representing our community, each of you exhibiting the high qualities expected of the Harvest and Herb Queen. And you are all wonderful representatives of the Village of Ada. All right, so first I will announce to you our essay winner. Our 2022 essay winner is Miss Amelia Alexander. And it is now my honor to announce to you your 2022 Harvest and Herb Queen, Miss Amelia Alexander. We want to thank all of you for your support, for the support of these girls today in today's festivities. Please enjoy the rest of this gorgeous day in Ada with your families, and if you would like to take pictures, which I'm sure a lot of you do, now would be the time to do that. Thank you all so much.